Today we're driving the Subaru Solterra, a premium all-wheel drive electric SUV from the Japanese brand. We're at the Linders dealership on the Naas Rd to take this all-new model for a spin. So this is Subaru's first electric car, and it's been produced alongside fellow Japanese brand Toyota. The Solterra is almost identical to the Toyota BZ4X. In terms of size within the Subaru range, the Solterra sits between the Outback and the Forester. It also has that familiar Subaru face at the front. The plastic cladding around the wheel arches gives it a rugged look, and being an all-wheel drive Subaru, this electric SUV can cope with some off-roading. At the rear, the sloping roofline gives it a little bit of a sporty vibe. When I first saw the pictures of the Solterra last year, I wasn't overly sure about the design, but seeing it in the metal, the styling has definitely grown on me. With this being the touring model, it also gets an electric tailgate. That reveals a usable space of 441 litres. The Harman & Kardon subwoofer takes up about 11 litres of boot space versus the standard spec model. There is enough storage underneath the boot floor for the charging cables. Onto the interior, and the rear space in the Solterra is generous. At 6'4", I had decent legroom and headroom back here, even with the panoramic sunroof. Rear passengers are accommodated with heated seats, 2 USB ports and air vents. The seats in this touring model are leatherette, and I found them to be comfortable and supportive. Naturally, the interior is almost identical to the Toyota's, with the same touchscreen and switchgear. The design of the steering wheel and driver display layout is a little unusual at first glance, but I had no problems in finding a satisfactory driving position. The layout of the touchscreen is intuitive and it is responsive. It's also nice to have some physical buttons close to hand in the front interior of the Solterra. Equipment levels are good, with heated seats, heated steering wheel, and safety tech like blind spot warning makes you feel assured behind the wheel. The digital rear view mirror is another handy feature, as is the 360-degree camera, which is great for tight maneuvers. The Solterra is capable of charging at 150 kilowatt DC and can get up to 80% charge in about half an hour. Like we said, at first glance the driving setup may appear a little bit unusual, but in many ways it's like what you'd find in a Peugeot. When you're out on the road, you look over the steering wheel to view the digital display, and I found it easy to settle into a comfortable driving position with plenty of adjustment in the steering wheel and the seat. It has as much power as you'll ever need, with 215 brake horsepower. That's the combined figure of both front and rear motors. When pulling away from a set of lights or joining the motorway, the all-wheel drive system helps to get that power down. The WLTP range is a little over 400 kilometers for this touring model with the 20-inch alloy wheels. As I only had it for a short test drive, I can't confirm what the real-world range is. I've yet to drive the Toyota BZ4X, but from what I've read online, there is very little difference between these two cars in the driving experience. This Subaru has various drive modes that alter the throttle response, as well as an X mode for off-road driving. The Solterra has 21 centimeters of ground clearance, which is a little more than the Toyota. The steering is light, and the slightly smaller steering wheel gives it a little bit of a sporty feel. My first impressions from behind the wheel of the Solterra is that it's comfortable and relaxing. The low centre of gravity gives the car a controlled and assured feel in the corners. It lives up to the Subaru badge, offering a pleasant driving experience, while the interior is also a nice place to be. It's worth noting that this platform will also be used for future electric vehicles from both Subaru and Toyota. The Solterra then is a solid effort from Subaru with a premium feel throughout. It's an accomplished car on the road with the ability to go off-road as well. It should appeal to those that are in the market for an all-wheel drive EV. Subarus haven't been as common in recent years on Irish roads, but this Solterra could be the beginning of a new era of success for the Japanese brand. Thanks for watching this quick test drive review of the Subaru Solterra. As always, we'll talk to you in the next one.